What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Coffee Talk and Tech. I'm John Ryan, and today I want to go over how to make an RJ45. What's that, you ask? Well, those are the little 4-pair connectors that go on the end of a patch cord. So, you plug this in the back of your router, and then you can plug this in the back of your computer, and it makes the internet work. So, I want to show you how to crimp these on, and we're going to make them right now. So basically all you need really is an RJ45 crimper, and you can get both of these things at like Lowe's or Home Depot, and a pair of shears, a pair of scissors. Alright guys, so we're going to go over how to make an RJ45 right now, and I'm going to start from scratch. So here's your Cat 5e cable, and what's great is on the cable you will see it tells you what it is. So that's Cat 5e, and then it will also show you the footage on here. So if you're looking to see how long something is that you pulled or how much cable you have left, it will give you that information. Also, just so you know, it would also tell you that it's a 4-pair 24 gauge wire. Okay, so when we take our Cat 5, there's 2 ways that most people start the process off. You just need to score this outer jacket, and this will break right off, and then you can pull to get your separation, or you can use what's called the Cat 5 stripper, and you put it right on there. You do one twist, you take it off, and you break it. Both of them are fine, both of them work. Some of them you do have to test to make sure that you don't hit the inside gauge wire at all, because if you make any kind of cut in that wire, it will definitely fail its test. So what I mean is, I scored that, I broke it open. Now if I go and put any kind of cracks in this gauge wire in here, it will fail a test, and also will fail to work a lot of times. So we want to make sure that we don't do that, and practice makes perfect. Usually when you do it so many times, it goes pretty smooth. So what I do is I go back a little further than norm, and I give a little score very lightly. You break this open and you pull it off. Boom. Okay, then you take this little rip cord here, okay, and this is used for usually pulling down the wire if you needed to, if you needed more wire to pull out. So in our case, we don't really need it, so what we do is just cut that right off, and then we separate the wire. So we go by color, okay, and we're going 568B standard, so that would be your orange, green, blue, brown, okay. And the reason I leave them this long is because it makes it really easy to twist them out, because I'll have more control instead of a little bitty wire. So if you're doing like 50 or 100 of these a day, that's the reason that you would definitely want to do that. So when we start out with the color and the color code, and your white orange will be on top. And so once I swing that around and you can see the white orange is on top, then I follow up with my thumb and give it one more twist, and that's plenty right there. So then you have to separate your green. So I'll take this and separate it, and your white green stays up top, and you put this to the side till you need it, and then we go blue, white, blue. So there's my blue on top. I move my thumb, and then I give it one more twist, and that keeps it straight with the same color on top. and then I smooth it out. And then see what I'm trying to do here? I'm putting everything in order as we go. Then we'll go and take this green, put that in order, okay? And you can work this back and forth and it brings everything close together. And then you just gotta go white, brown, and then brown. So 2 twists of that, and then you put this together. And then so what I do here is I go back and forth like this, and then that brings everything nice and close, and then I go and smooth it out like once or twice like this, right? And then I bring it back, and that tightens it all up together. And then I do a nice straight cut right across. And then sometimes you're always good if you're longer, because you can always take a little bit more off. But if you're too short, it won't go into the head properly far enough. So right now, I think we're pretty perfect. Now's a good time to just make sure you got your color code correct. So it's white, orange, orange, white, green, your blue, white, blue, your green, your white, brown, and then brown. And then you take this, and then a good way to remember this, so you don't ever put it in the wrong way, is this little prong that you have here. I always say, you never want to have a tree in front of your window. So I always call this the tree, and you never want a tree in front of your window. You want a clear window, so it's always in like this. And then this will come right in, and you'll see this slide right in as it separates, and then it bottoms out. Now, right here, you see this little nub. The outer jacket has to go past that little nub, so when you crimp it, it holds it. And then you want to make sure you push down so you can see all the copper at the tip of the RJ45. And I can see them all right now, and that's a good sign. So then I take my crimper and then I put it in. And then when I put the RJ45 in, I actually put a little pressure on it to make sure that it's pushing to the top still. And then I just give it a nice crimp down. And if you want to, you can go twice. And that's it. And then you're crimped on the jacket. You can see all the copper at the top of the tip. And you can pull on that, and that is not going anywhere. So you know that that's a good RJ45 right there. So now if I'm gonna make a patch cord with this, on the other side, you can do the same exact thing, which is you're gonna do your little score into the outer jacket. I mean, it's so tiny, and then it just breaks. You can almost hear it snap right off. Slide that off, pull down your ripcord, and then I just hold it between my fingers and just take my scissors and boom, move that out of the way. Okay, then I separate my colors. Take my orange, I'll take my green, my brown goes to the bottom, and there's my blue. I'm going to twist this until the white is on top, move my fingers up, untwist again, and that's plenty of length right there. Then I'll take my green pair, I'll separate it, move my solid green down, and then I'll take my white green and place it right next to my orange. Okay, this is 568B color code. Then you take your blue pair and you just make sure you get the blue, the solid blue at the top. This is different than the other ones. This is the solid that goes on top on this. Okay, and I spin it out, and you can see now how easy that works. When you leave some length, I can actually untwist that so fast. And then I put both of those together. I'll take and put the green in there together. And this is where I'll do a little back and forth and get everything tightened up. And then I take my last pair and I'll spin that out because the white was on top already. And then I go right together with that. And then I work it together again, up and down. And this just warms the cable up and it lets it easily flow in your fingertips and straighten things out. And then you do a straight cut right across. Okay. And then like I said, if you're a little long, you can always make an adjustment for that. But if you're short, you're gonna have to do that over again. So remember, no tree in the window. You take it, you slide it in. Now you can see, here's an example of that jacket is not far enough in there. It might just get it, but I'm better off just taking a tiny bit more off of this. So I'll go right here, I'll take a little bit more, slide this back in, and now my jacket, my outside jacket is fully seated underneath the nub of when I crimp it holds. And then these little copper prongs in here will dig in to the each pair, and that will hold that up front for connectivity. And then when you see all the copper at the top up here like this, you know you're in great shape. Okay, so now I have my little Klein tester here. Okay, and you can buy these. I bought this one at Home Depot, I think for like 50, 60 bucks. And it's got a little remote that you can plug your RJ45 in the back. And then you plug it up top. And then it will go over the wire map and the pinout and see if we failed or passed. Okay, so there we go. We can see 1 through 8, it's ID'd and it passed the test, and we know our wire map is correct. So this is an easy way to do an RJ45 and then to just test to make sure that you have the proper pinout and connectivity. And with practice, you'll be able to do these much faster each time. So there's your RJ45s, and I hope you learned something today. Thanks.